We need to have a talk. I think I found something worse than Twitter. I was going to title this video Creepypastas, because what we're discussing is truly scary, you know? Something to really tie my channel back to its roots. Because I feel like I'm like a Japanese hentai tentacle monster, just like roaming around everywhere. But you know what? Maybe that's the charm. At least maybe that's what I'm into. Maybe that's just me. Now, I found an app worse than Twitter, okay? And it takes a lot for me to say that, okay? You might be like, whoa, Muda, really? You can say it? An app where you looked at maps, zoos, and all the crazy degenerate shit imaginable? Yeah, actually I can, 100%. Because while Twitter is bad, at least Twitter isn't full of pretentious BS, okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, okay, could you imagine logging into an application to hear some dude ramble about the most inane nonsense ever? Yeah, I mean, you're kind of doing that right now, but at least you know how long the video is, and at least you know the topic. At least you can dip out of it anytime you wanted. Imagine that concept stretched to a 6-hour time limit with the most boring personalities imagined. Now, if you don't know what Clubhouse is, I don't fucking blame you, okay? Clubhouse is an exclusive application that so far was only really available for iPhones for a while, okay? It's up there for Android now, so if you're an Android user, you know, you can join the club as well. It has a pretty high rating. It's number 36 in social networking. Sure. Now, it's got a lot of people that have jumped into it. Over 1 million, and the only way you can get onto this app is if you actually get an invite. So somebody has to invite you. Think of it like an infectious disease. Modern Warfare just downloaded. Think of it like an infectious disease, right? One person gets it and they spread it to like 10, 15 other individuals, right? Except in this case, I'd rather get an actual infectious disease because my God, it would be more enjoyable than listening to half the people on this goddamn app. So I want to read one review from somebody out here who called it, "Will not recommend a Hitler app." Don't know what that means, but this app has severe restrictions on new members and doesn't allow any possibility to send an invite to anybody immediately. It requires that you follow, get followed, and participate in unknown clubs and members. And it's voice-only communication. You are required to leave your voice prints in unknown clubs. So clearly some fucking NSA employee got pissed over here that they had to give up some of their data. But that's one of the reviews that you'll read, right? The concept of Clubhouse is you get an invite, you know, you sign on, and it gives you a giant list of inane topics to get into. And I'm going to look at a couple topics and we're going to laugh at them together because quite honestly, I think we need to look at this shit, okay? We need to really look at it. Now, number one is dating tips and tricks. Stop wasting time, get results. Single in the city. Now, you think during a fucking pandemic, leaving your house is already not allowed by the government, so trying to get laid is already just as hard. Not if you're on Clubhouse. No. If you ever wanted to listen to like wannabe rich people, wannabe entrepreneurs trying to get laid, trying to shoot their shot, this is the app for you. It is as cringy as you can expect. Now, there are other cool things like Instagram. 60 new features leaked. Instagram marketing secrets. So now you're kind of understanding the business angle, right? Imagine, you know, an app full of people who are SEO experts, right? You ever hear somebody that tells themselves, yeah, I'm an SEO expert? Run far away because you know they're just full of shit. No one is being an SEO expert is not fucking hard at all, okay? It really isn't, all right? You're not like MatPat, who's like an expert and professional at the game. You're somebody that figured out how to stuff tags. Let's be honest. But this is people who are literally wasting hours of their life. To imagine, there's like 10 people talking in there, but there's hundreds of people who are just listening to it because I guess they joined like some off-brand Udemy course learning about how to, you know, pump up their search result on Instagram. It is as boring as you can expect. Imagine looking through rumored source code of Instagram like algorithms. It is as boring as one could possibly imagine, all right? I would rather, you know, fuck a pencil sharpener than join that nonsense, and I'm not even joking. I actually would. Now, here's another one. Is there such a thing as too sexy? You know, that's also another really stupid quote. What do you mean, is there such a thing as too sexy? No, it isn't, okay? You can always supersede and go to the top. What do you mean, is there such a thing as too sexy? It's kind of like asking a question, is there something as too delicious, all right? What do you want something to taste bad? Are you just not able to enjoy the very big benefits of life? Like, what's wrong with you? Is there such a thing as having too much of a good time? Nah, dude, life should be all good times, all right? You know, what kind of of people talk like this? What kind of people wake up thinking, my God, I had the greatest day ever. Maybe I want my foot to be run over by a car, okay? Maybe I just need something to balance out the good vibes, right? Like, get out of here. Now, moving down further, you have even more dating nonsense, but this time it's single entrepreneurs. You see how it is? You see how it get here? Single and ready to mingle. Slide into the DMs and get matched. Now, again, it's entrepreneur. So you have an app literally filled with people. A lot of people have said that Clubhouse is like tech bros and billionaires talking to each other. There's a few billionaires. Yeah, there's a few billionaires that jump on here and talk shit. All right, they have a good time. They give some boring stories. You would think a billionaire would tell you stories about how they snorted literal G Fuel off a hooker's asshole. But they don't do that. No, it's just boring board meeting nonsense. None of it's exciting. All of it is just fluff nonsense that a lot of these people eat up because they think they're going to be billionaires down the road anyways. Not going to happen. But it's another dating thing. And again, if you wanted to hear like billionaires shoot their shot or like wannabe rich people shoot their shot, there you go, 100%. Now, moving down further, you have just the most based one. Men should be the ones to lead women because blank, 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 Clubhouse toxicity. Now, this isn't as bad as one would expect. I believe from what I heard about it, these are people talking about like to combat this incel wiki mindset, which like if you're going to title something like that, people from incel.wiki are going to jump in just to laugh at you, okay? They're going to try giving you the black pill moment. A title like that, you're literally setting yourself up for it. And this is one of those apps where the moderation is almost minimal too, right? Like you could probably make up some inane bullshit conspiracy theory like, hey guys, here's some reptilian, you know, the CIA just leaked out reptilian like secrets from beyond the planet, okay? Some nonsense. You could probably get away with it on Clubhouse because that's how lax the moderation is, all right? But anyways, you know, it's both a blessing and a curse. I'm not going to act like mainstream media and tell you that this app is like a haven for some of the most degenerate racial like nonsense you'll ever find. That's every app on the internet. That's the internet in general. What I will say is this app is filled primarily with the most pretentious types of losers you will ever find on the internet. Ever. Okay, like the most boring conversations I have ever been a part of, the biggest groups of circle jerks that I've ever found, from people who are wannabe billionaires, from people who are wannabe rich people, from these guys who are pushing these MLM scams, literal MLM like marketing scams onto like the most like brain dead of individuals out there, okay, trying to earn a buck off of this nonsense. And that's pretty much what Clubhouse comes down to, all right? You know, it's an application where I guess the appeal is no one can use it unless you're invited to it. And then this is one of those times where I absolutely hate that mentality. Listen, the app is shit. It doesn't matter if it's an exclusive app. Clubhouse could literally have 10 users, and if all 10 of those users are the kind of people that if they had a YouTube channel, like a podcast, and max they would only pull in 10 fucking views because their personality is so dead, deranged, and boring. You know, the kinds of people that would start a podcast and be like, yeah, my name is Steve. Today we're going to talk about the weather. It's currently sunny in St. Like, if you have those kind of people, you know, on the internet talking about, like, those kind of boring personalities, and the app isn't worth joining, okay? The app isn't worth breaking your back to join into, all right? That's pretty much what I'm going to have to put down there. It is, like, literally, I have always shat on Facebook, but I think I found an app that is worse than Facebook. Facebook itself provides something more of value than Clubhouse ever could, okay? At least on Facebook, I could buy a used dildo if I wanted to through the marketplace. At least on Facebook, I could date someone if I wanted to. You know they have Facebook dating now? I mean, it's mostly catfish, but you get the point, right? At least on Facebook, I could laugh at some of the crazy anti-vax memes that get posted around and be sad because people actually believe it. And then I got stuff like Clubhouse, where all of it is just boring. It's the most pretentious groups of people, and it's so pretentious, you can't even laugh at it because it's people that sniff their own colons 24/7, 365. Ladies and gentlemen, I despise Clubhouse. I think it's one of the worst apps out there, and I want everyone to despise it as well too. You know, the fact that the app is dying, all right, because it's hemorrhaging users, it's not getting enough downloads, brings some joy to me. Okay, it tells me that the world is good. Okay, you see that darkness outside, all right, you see that darkness out there, all right, you see that. You see that shit? You see how people are like, the world is this dark, decrepit place? The fact that it's losing downloads shows me there's some good out there too. So ladies and gentlemen, moral of the story, fuck Clubhouse. I'm out.